Hey, welcome back everybody. In this video, I'm going to be working through questions 11 through 20 of the Autocad practice certification, new generation, next generation. It's one of those generations. So we're going to be working on exam 1. So I'm on question number 11. We're going to open up the Sunset Key floor plan. So I'm going to click on this folder. I'm looking for the Sunset Key floor plan. I'm gonna double left click it. And then it says, let me get rid of this right here, minimize it. It says we're gonna zoom in on the bedroom area. So I'm zooming in here. And it says copy the dresser and place it 54 units to the left. So this is the dresser. I'm gonna type in CO for copy, press enter. I'm gonna select this dresser. All 4 of those lines. I'm going to press enter. So I need a base point. So really just left click anywhere and then drag straight to the left. Make sure your ortho mode is turned on. So I'm just going to drag it straight to the left and type in 54. So we made a copy, 54 units to the left. And then we're going to place a linear dimension between multiliter 1 and multiliter 2. And what is the distance in inches? So what I'm going to do is go up to my annotation, click on linear. I'm going to click on this end of the door and then the end of this corner dresser, drag it straight up. So that's 15.50. So the answer is 15.50. And then we're going to go next. Get that right. We're off to a good start. Click continue. And then the next one, it says we're going to open up the key floor plan concrete pad. So I'm going to close out of this drawing. Save it no. I'm going to go up to my little folder here. Look for the concrete pad here. Left click a couple of times. Minimize this. And then it says we're going to create the boundary lines for a concrete patio. Select the patio layer and use the following absolute coordinates. So we're already in the patio layer. So to use absolute coordinates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my dynamic input or dynamic mode. Yeah, dynamic input. Turn that off. I'm going to go up to draw a line, and my start is going to be it's going to be 38, 25. Press enter. Let me just kind of pan up. And then the next point is going to be 38, negative 30. You kind of see where we're going here. The next point is going to be 168, negative 30. And then 168, 25. 38, 25. Hit the escape key. So the reason I turned off the dynamic input mode was because so that when we type in those numbers, it's going to measure from it's going to give the coordinates from 0, 0, which is absolute. Otherwise, it would mess it up. So so now it says, what is the perimeter of the concrete pad in inches? So I'm going to type in measure geom, select a point inside our little patio here, our concrete pad, and you can see that the area is, we're looking for the perimeter. So the perimeter is 370. So just type in 370. And next, we're doing good. And then the next one, we're going to open up the floor plan. Let me close out of this. I just like to close these and get them out of the way. I'm going to click on the folder, look for the floor plan here. Open that bad boy up. Get rid of or minimize this. So now it says activate the office view. So to activate the office view, if you look up here where it says top, right now we're looking at the top view. So I'm going to click the top, go to custom model views. And so we want to click on the office view here. And that just really zooms in on that part for us. So we're going to add the filing cabinet block to the office by placing it 15 units above midpoint 1. So to find the cabinet block, I'm going to go up to where you see blocks here and go to insert. Click the insert arrow underneath it and just kind of scroll through here and look for the filing cabinet, which is this one. Pan down. So I want to place it 15 units above the midpoint here. So if I'm not clicking anything, I just kind of hover my mouse over the midpoint and then drag it straight up. See that little dotted line? I'm going to type in just 15 and press enter. And so now it's in the right location, hopefully. This is what is the distance in inches between midpoint 2 and midpoint 3. So what I'm going to do is I can go to linear here. So I think it's clicking on the midpoint of this top handly piece to the midpoint of here. And so that's 41.01. Let me undo the help here. So 41.01. So I have 0.01. It's just looking for two numbers here. So I'm just going to type in 41 and then press the next. Yeah, so if you need help on anything, you're not sure how to do it, as long as you're in training mode, you can click on the little help down here and it'll kind of give you kind of ideas of kind of how to complete that particular question. But I'm going to click on continue here. All right, so this next one is we want to open up the key floor plan, which I already have open, but I'm just going to close out of this anyway, just so I can open up a new fresh copy of it. So we're going to open up the key floor plan. Let me minimize that. So it says activate the living dining view. So again, I'm going to go where you see top here, click on top. Custom model views, we're going to open up the living dining. So I'm going to click this one. And now it says scale the dining room table and chairs by a factor of 1.25 using the center of the table as the base point. So we're going to scale it, right? So I'm going to type in SC for scale. And I'm going to select, just going to draw a window, left click, let go and drag a window around these, click it. So that's what I want to select. I'm going to press enter. And then the base point, it says, where's the base point? So it's going to be the center of this table. And then I'm going to type in 1.25 as my scale factor. 1.25, enter. And then it says, what is the square inch area of the table around to the nearest whole number? So again, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to type in that measure geom. Select inside the circle of my table, left click it. And I'm looking for the square inch area. So the square inch area, if I round it up to the nearest whole number, is going to be 44.18, which I already have there because I practiced this question before. But anyway, it's 44.18. Go to next. We got it correct. Okay, so question number 15, it says explode all the objects. So to explode all the objects, I'm going to type in the shortcut X for explode, press enter. And then I'm going to draw like a crossing window around here. So around this, all the items, I'm going to press enter. I'm going to do that again, type in X. We're going to select all our objects, press enter. And now, so it says how many objects are a spline. So I've exploded a couple of times just to make sure that everything is exploded. It doesn't always, work the first time. Sometimes it has to like explode it, a couple of times to kind of get everything. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to type in select, and then I'm going to type in all, hit enter again. So we have 599 objects here, so 30 of those are splines, right? So I'm just going to type in 30 right here. So there's 30 splines. Hit next. There we go. So the next one, let me close out of this. We're going to open up the key floor plan, north arrow drawing, hit the folder. We'll click on the north arrow drawing, minimize this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this little cool looking design here. And then what you want to do is I am going to create a triangle that is inscribed inside this small circle. So to do that, I'm going to go up to the polyline command, which is where are you at? It's under the rectangle. So click on polygon command. How many sides do I want? I want 3. The center is going to be the center of this circle here. And then I want to make this inscribed. So I'm going to click on the inscribed here. And then I'm going to click upwards and grab this quadrant here. Click that. So now my triangle is inscribed in the circle. And then what I can do is I can erase this circle. I don't need that. I could trim this little tip part out. And then what I want to do is find what is the perimeter of this side over here. So I'm going to type in measure geom. I'll left click inside this right half here. And so I'm looking for the perimeter in inches. So the perimeter is 85.36. So it only needs 2 digits. So I'm just going to type in 85. And then click on next. And there we go. And then 17, we're gonna, we need the room tags drawing. So let me close out of this. I'm gonna click on the folder. We're gonna open up the room tags here. Let me minimize this. So then it says activate layout 1. So I'm going to click on where it says top. Activate layout 1. Activate layout. Oh, I'm sorry. Activate layout 1. Down here at the bottom, layout 1. I'm going to click on it. And then it says turn on and thaw the room tags layer. So under my layers, I'm going to turn on and thaw the room tags. So it's this one. So I'm going to this one. I'll click that. And then it says, what is the square footage of the bathroom? So if you look in the bathroom, it's 147 square feet. So that's where I get that 147. Click on next. Continue. Number 18, we're going to go to the draw a line. Let me close out of this. Draw a line here. Zoom in on the bath area. The bathroom is right here. We're going to draw a line from the corner of the countertop to the center opening of the shower. So go to line from this corner to the midpoint of here. Right click. Get out of that. What is the length of the line in inches? So I'm just going to left click on this line. And the length of the line is right here, 75.61. So 75.61. Click on next. Continue. So then we're going to, we need the stretch drawing. Stretch drawing. Where are you at, stretch drawing? Right here. Up. Clicky. All right, let me get that out the way. Activate the office view. So up where I see top, I go to custom model views, click on office. We're going to stretch the top edge of the desk down 20 units. So I'm going to type in S for stretch. And then I'm going to draw a crossing window. So I'm going to left click here and drag it across the top. So where it's green and not blue. So I'm going to go this way, press enter, select a base point really anywhere and just drag it straight down. That's going to be 20. Do the same thing from the bottom. So S for stretch. Left click and drag it this way. Press enter, pick a base point anywhere, drag it up by 20. And then hit S for stretch. I'm just gonna kind of left click and drag it this way. Kind of grab that much of my box there. Press enter, pick a base point and drag it to the left by 10. And then it says, what is the distance from that corner to our table? So I'm gonna go to dimension, linear, click this corner, click this corner, go up, that's 16.67. So you can kind of see it's 6.67 here. Go to next. And then the last one in this set, we're going to open up the sunset key floor plan. Sunset key floor plan, where you at? Right there, boom. Get that minimized. It says, to change the appearance of the drawing to match the image shown, which layer should be turned off? So I was kind of staring at this for a while and going, okay, what's different from this one and what we're showing here? So I noticed that we have like a little green block here. In our drawing here, that's not shown here. So in order to turn that, get rid of that, I'm just gonna click on this to see what layer that's on. And I can see it's on layer Q, SP, CQ. So if I were to go up here, I turn that layer off here. Now, still, I noticed that there's an item here that we don't have here, but it doesn't say to turn anything on. So, so anyway, that's where I got this. I turned that layer off to Q, SP, CQ, and we're kind of looking like it is. We just, I don't know. There's just another item here that is not showing up here, but that's, you know, not our doing. Anyway, click on this one and go to next. And we're good to go there. So that's questions 11 through 20. I know I kind of rambled on a little bit on this one, but it's late. I'm kind of tired. So I will do the next set of questions tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I hope all this made some sense to you. And I hope that helped. And peace out.